All right, everybody, welcome to the Dream Dynasty team call tonight. We are rolling on into May, and like, holy snap, you guys killed it in the month of April. Like, going through all those names and the numbers and unbelievable. And so here's the thing, you guys are riding this momentum. I can see the momentum building in everybody's businesses. So the key will be to not stop, to keep going with your business and to not lose hope and to not lose faith. So here's the thing that I want to remind everybody. Everybody has great months and everybody has slower months. Just do not let the slower months discourage you, because that can happen, right? As soon as you hit a little bump in the road, you're like, this isn't working for me, right? And you throw in the towel, and then you never know what could have been if you didn't really try, right? And so I was listening to one of the national wake-up calls, and there was an idea tossed out, and I thought, holy snap, that's a genius idea. And so I put together a little presentation tonight, and I'm bringing it to the team to do as well. I'm going to do it myself. And then I thought this was something that we could do going forward as a team weekly. And I think it's a fantastic idea. And I think it's really going to help everybody shift that focus in your business, because it's so easy to get tied up in all the extra things in your business, right? Like, I haven't got to my follow-ups yet this week. I haven't got to invites. I was going to post in the team page and be like, guys, I haven't got any invites in this week. Like, hold me accountable, because that's what I need in my business, right? The days that I get it done and I'm like, yes. And the days that I don't, I'm like, snap. So we're going to have a little system that we're going to start to implement that's going to help to keep us accountable. And here's the thing, guys, your accountability is on you. It's not on me. It's not on anybody else in the team. So we can post in the team page that we got our stuff done. But if you're not doing it yourself, that is on you. There's nothing extra that I can do to make you do it. It's either you want it or you don't. You have to ask yourself what your goal is in this business. Do you want to make an income at it? Do you want to just pay for your Shakeology? You have to decide on that for yourself, okay? And we're going to set that goal. But I really want you guys to start. I shouldn't say you guys, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm ever talking at you, because I'm right with you on that level. I really want us to dream bigger. Do you ever kind of think about dreaming bigger in this business, but you're just like, I don't have a vision yet. I don't know what that is, right? Does anybody do that? Raise your hand. Maybe I'm the only one that I'm like, I can see it, but what is it? What is my goal? What do I want to work towards, right? And it was perfectly said that you essentially have to race against yourself. You essentially have to decide what you want, and you have to race against yourself to make yourself do it, to make yourself rise above and get to the next level. And when I heard that, I thought that's so smart, because I'm not really a competitive person. So, to kind of try and outrace somebody is not really my jam. But when it talked about racing myself, I need to do that. I need to put that into perspective. So I'm skipping over, there isn't really any new announcements. I mean, we've got our 2B Mindset group that's going to launch prep week next week. So I need to get in there and follow up with all my own people in the group for that as well. So that's going to launch next week. We'll get those posts ready to go for that. I feel like there is a lot going on for May, but I have no doubt that if we get our posts organized and scheduled, it'll be smooth sailing. It'll just be going in and commenting in the groups. So, let's just bear through this week. We'll get that organized. We'll get our posts picked, and then we'll nail it out for the rest of the month, okay? So does anybody have anything that they want to mention before I kind of bring up this presentation or talk about it all? Any questions, anything like that? No? Okay, before I go into it, I'm going to mention one other thing. I am also going to create a little Google, what should I say? Actually, what do you guys think about this? A little Google sheet, I was thinking, adding in our challengers of the Drop It Like It's Hot challenge. And for little extra bonus prizes, they can go in there and add in some points for themselves. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's self-managed, so everybody's responsible, but you just go in, it'll be in the files section. They'll go in and they'll just update their points weekly. Like if they got in the workout 5 days, they could give themselves 5 points. Do you know what I mean? And then weekly we can go in there and kind of assess and drop some prizes in there. Does that sound good to everybody? It was a quick, easy idea I was thinking for that one as well. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and do a little screen share here. And we're gonna talk about this. Does everybody have a notebook or like a piece of paper? Yeah, you guys are ready to go? Beauty. Okay. All right. Okay, I can't see anybody if I do that. So I'm gonna try and, who can I see? Shauna, I can see your face. Can you see this little presentation? Okay, perfect. All right, so let's talk about this. So we're gonna level up in our business. Now again, this is up to you. If you're ready to level up, you need to jump in on this. If you're not, then I guess you'll just coast. We'll just say that. Okay, so we're gonna do a little brain dump time. And so I think her name was Kelsey Shackley, was the National Wake Up Call. And so for 3 years, she was just kind of a diamond coach in her business. And in, I think it was 2015, she lost all of her coaches. She had to completely rebuild her team. And so then last year, she went for Elite. And so when she went for Elite, she decided that she needed to do something different in her business, right? Like if you want change, then you have to change something. Something's got to give, right? And so they decided weekly as a team, anybody that wanted to jump in and level up with her and go for it and go big for this, decided to jump in on this weekly and do what they called the weekly brain dump. And so grabbing a notebook and dividing your page into 4 quadrants, and your four quadrants have to reflect the 4 things in your life that's most important. So for example, it might be your full-time job, your the team, your personal journey, your personal business needs to be on there, but having your 4 quadrants for what's most important. So let's just take a second and write out our 4 quadrants and what's important to you, okay? Okay, so I've got that done. Has everybody got that done? Just putting that across. All right, on to the next one. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is you wanna fill in the quadrants with what has to happen that week. So for example, in your business, it might be the National Wake Up Call, team calls, power hour. And then in your family, it might be like family time. Maybe there's a dinner you have to attend this week or something you have to go to. Work time, what are your work hours? Because that's non-negotiable. That's something that has to be allotted. So that's an idea. So let's take a few minutes here and fill in our quadrants what has to happen this week in each of those, or what you want to happen. And for your power hour, even just break that down into like the 4 vital behaviors. So like just mark down like your inviting, your personal development, so that we can allot time for each of those things. How's everyone doing with that? Everybody done? Pretty much? Pretty straightforward, eh? Good stuff. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one. Okay, so at the top of our page, we are going to pick a focus goal. And so each week they decide whether the week is going to be a challenger focus or a coach focus. So are you focusing on recruiting to a challenge group, or are you focusing on recruiting to coaching? Because when you try to do both in one week, it becomes overwhelming. And I find that even for myself, my posts don't really become the great jabs that they could be, because I feel like I'm trying to cover everything. So at the top of your page, just write the word focus and put whether it's challengers or coaches. Okay? All right. And so this is where we're going to get a little bit laser focused. Is that you, Chris? Okay. Somebody just came in. I'm like, okay. So this is where we're going to get a little bit laser focused. So if you picked challengers or coaches, what is your focus goal of the week? How many invites are you going to send out to that? Maybe it's a number of follow-ups. That might be your goal to go along with it. Maybe you have a lot of conversations going on and you need to follow up with all of those people. Maybe you want to reach out to a number of coaching prospects and focus on inviting to the next sneak peek. Whatever it is, that's going to be your weekly goal, okay? So it might be like you want to send out, maybe your goal this week is, maybe you want to make Success Club 50 this month, right? And so they always ask you, how is that going to happen? You want to break that down, right? Are you going to send out 5 invites a day? Are you going to send out 10 invites a day? Whatever it is, you want to set your goal for the week, and that's going to become your focus for the week. All right, guys, here comes the fun part. Okay, so you want to open up your planner, or if you don't have your planner handy, maybe just right beside it when it's going to happen. So for example, you want to schedule the activities. So in your business, if you know that you need to do inviting each day in order to reach your focused goal of the week, when is that inviting going to happen? Is it going to be 2 time blocks in the week, like maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays from say 12 p.m. to 12:30, right? So in your schedule, when can you fit in your focused goals for the week? So I know, for example, I have some team stuff written out here that I want to do, and I'm actually going to schedule it for first thing tomorrow morning so that it's done. I'm going to schedule in when I'm going to listen to the national wake up call as well. I always do that when I'm like cooking dinner or I'm getting ready in the morning. Usually that's like hands down when I'm blow drying my hair, putting makeup on, whatever, I'm listening to a national wake up call. PD is another thing. When are you going to listen to your PD or read your PD? And then your personal stuff, super, super important, guys, and family time, to put your phone away, put it in a drawer, turn off the notifications, and feel okay to set yourself a time. Like if you're like, you know what, I want to be off my phone by like 8 o'clock at night, or like hands down, schedule your activities so that you get your inviting and all that stuff done. And if there's messages in your inbox, who cares? If you haven't checked in on the challenge group 100% and responded to everybody, who cares, right? You set that time for you and you take that time for yourself, because it is so incredibly important to keep your cup full with this business and to keep it full with your schedule, or else you become overwhelmed and you feel exhausted. And that's the last thing that we want to happen, right? So you know, when, if we're opening up another challenge group, when is that going to happen? So it's just scheduling out those key things that need to happen that's going to help you reach your focused goal. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. Okay, and so then,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So like, say my focus this week was challenge group. Would you post about that all week?
Just getting to that right now.
Oh.
This is like, I love this because I just feel like it, again, brings the whole team together to support each other in like doing this at the same time. So, okay, so then there comes the daily challenge. So they do the brain dump, they schedule this out, and then each week they have a bit of a daily challenge. And so this was the example she gave, but it can also be around like social Instagram stories. Like say you have an Instagram story challenge or a personal development challenge for each day. But basically it would be Monday, bootcamp lead generator. So that would be your call to action post on Mondays. Tuesday, transformation pick. Wednesdays, a lifestyle post with value. Thursdays, another bootcamp lead generator. Friday, post something funny. Saturday, ask an opinion on something. Sunday, coaching breadcrumb. And so what they do is each night, she posts one graphic image in the group. And I forget what her wording was, but basically it was like a, what did you get done sort of thing, right? Like, so did you get your call to action done? And you just say like, got my call to action done, got in, 20 invites today. Like you just list like, yep, got everything done, right? And so everybody that comments, you just support each other, right? Like, that's awesome. Like, I'm so excited for you. Is kind of the way it is, but it's that little extra bit of accountability. And everybody just comments under the one post. And then the next day it's the same thing. Because it can be nerve-wracking when you're posting these things, right? But if we all know that we're doing it together, then we're helping build that momentum together. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, Shauna? Yeah. So if it's like a challenger focus this week, then all these posts are essentially going to be jabs about challengers. Challenge groups, all that stuff. Awesome. And then a nice little thank you for all that you guys do, for all of your help and support, and all of your team sportsmanship has been incredible over this shift and like seeing everybody come together. And I have to say, one of the best moments was when we did the shout out post that if like, did you get out of your comfort zone this past month? And everybody was commenting on it. And then everybody was responding to each other's comments. And that was just exactly what I feel like this is all about. So always remember that you can't control when someone says yes or when they're going to say yes, but you can control what you do each day to get to that goal. And so just keep that in the back of your mind as you're going through those mundane things that we all are doing in our business and we're all stepping out of our comfort zone to start to do. So how do you guys feel about the daily challenge? Posting that like for what it is. You guys like that?
I like that.
Okay, good stuff. And
by the way, thank you, Michelle.
Oh.
You always thank us, but we never thank you.
Well, thank you. Okay, and so this weekly sort of brain dump and brain focus, do you guys kind of like this idea, this format? I guess we'll see how it goes over the week now that we've all kind of got our 4 quadrants and our stuff scheduled out. If you don't have your planner, be sure to take a few minutes and just schedule it out when you're going to do it. For me, I feel like inviting is one of the first things I have to sit down and do because the later I wait and do it in the day, the more I just leave it and I don't get to it. But the ones that are reaching like Success Club crazy high numbers, it's like the first thing that they're doing. And so what Kelsey does is she just prints out, a notebook. It works the exact same, numbers it 1 to 30, exactly like kind of Haley Christensen did. Shauna just numbers it and fills it out. If you go through your people that are watching your videos and you're looking for new people that are watching your videos, you're looking for people that are liking your Instagram posts or your Facebook posts, and if you go through that and there's no one new, that's when you go in and all of your followers are listed alphabetically. So start, type in A and then go to the B's. But, if you need to send out 10 invites, like go through the A's and send out your invites. Go through the B's, send out your invites. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? No? Anything they want to share? Any ideas they want to share? No.
I like this idea because I was constantly like posting back and forth about coaching and the challenge groups, but now I like that idea. Because like yesterday I did one about coaching and then today I did a transformation. So it's kind of like all over the place. So
I did the same thing, Zana. And I was like, because I didn't do this at first when I was listening to it. And I'm like, I need to do this tonight. So I know my focus for the week.
Yeah.
So my focus this week is about challengers. And my goal is I want to send out 100 invites this week. I am shooting really high. And I need to make up for some lost time here. So that's my goal. If I shoot for the moon and land among the stars, my thought process behind that.
Love that goal.
Yeah. So good stuff, ladies. Okay, that's it. No questions, no nothing, no discussion.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
It's Chantel. Just, I guess anyone can really answer. I'm kind of having a hard time right now, and I'm wondering if maybe you guys can sort of help me out. So I have this girl that I've known for a couple years, and so she's been messaging me like nonstop, questioning me sort of about the program. And I'm pretty good at like being on the ball, messaging her back. But she's also met this other girl from Pennsylvania that she doesn't know. So every time I don't message her back on time, she'll get back to me. She'll be like, "Don't worry, I messaged my other friend about it. So maybe I should just go with her." Like it's kind of like driving me bonkers. It's like, I don't think I need this. Like maybe you just need to stick with it. Like, what do you do? Like, it's like she's almost punishing.
Yeah, bless and release. You don't need that in your life. Right?
Like
always go back to what your avatar would do. So in a situation, it's kind of like when anybody asks me like, well, what about when my friend requests somebody and they message me back and they're like, do I know you? I always think about what I would do. And I would never, ever, ever message somebody like that. So my avatar would never, ever, ever like play you like that. So
I feel like I don't know what to do. Like, so I thought maybe I should just ask you guys because it's kind of just a lot for me. And finally, I'm like, you know what? No, like I really don't care. Actually, like I don't think I should. If I'm
that's happened to me before. I had someone message me on Instagram, and she was like ready to sign up, and then I went to send her the link. She's like, "Oh, actually, like I've been talking to my friend, and I'm closer to her, and she's a coach." So I was like, "Okay, good luck."
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
That's all 100% what I would do too. She sounds a little high maintenance.
Well, and she doesn't know this other girl too, which is so weird, right? She's like, "No, don't worry, you didn't get back to my question fast enough." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I don't have my phone right on me, right?" Like,
exactly. And that's just it. Like, does she want a coach that's like life revolves around this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a life too, and she needs to respect that, and she needs to know that. So,
which goes with putting the phone away sometimes, right? And not feeling like
so important. Right? Like Sunday nights, we've started that like no phones after dinner, and Chris and I sit down after Jax goes to bed and we watch a movie because life's just too crazy busy. And unless you set that time, like Sunday nights, I would always be in the group and it's like, oh, the weekend's done. I need to be commenting and responding, but nope, they'll still be there tomorrow. So take that time.
I have a question.
Sure.
So I've like signed my first girl and she hasn't been active at all. Like I message her and I'm like, how's your workouts going? How's your nutrition? Blah, blah, blah. And I just get nothing. So I don't even think she started.
Can always lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
I'm just like a little disappointed that it's like my first one and they don't want it.
You'll get that a lot.
Yep. I think probably the last like 6 or 7 challengers I've added to the challenge groups haven't been posting at all.
No.
So
Okay.
yeah, it happens all the time.
They might haven't. They maybe haven't started, and they might be embarrassed to tell you that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's where all you can do is just send her a message and just say like, listen, I'm here for you. Whenever you want to start, just send me a message back. And
okay, so I've done that. So I'm doing the right thing. I was just a little disappointed that I was all excited and she just not doing it. But bless and release, I guess.
Bless and release. Can't make them drink the water. They know it'll work for them if they do it. I feel like a little bit of Brubaker's coming out in me there. Yeah, now she's got something to say.
No, I was just going to say the spring into summer group. Oh, I can't even see my head.
I was like,
the spring into summer group, it's dead. Like, it's not as active as the groups when I started. So these new challengers, they don't talk.
No.
Okay.
It's just that, and you get those groups, right, where it's like you're trying and you're pulling teeth and it's not working. I will say it's a hell of a lot better. I'm so little kids. It's a lot better having a dead group with all of us coaches in it because we're still going than it is just yourself and you're just like, wow, I'm going to walk away from my own group. Like, right? So at least we can ride it out. And I mean, if they don't post any transformations this weekend, then they don't get any prizes. Like, we're not going to fork it out for people unless they're showing up for themselves. But I will say the Drop It Like It's Hot challenge, you can already tell it's going to be an epic group because they're all over commenting and posting, and it's only like day 2 actually. So you get those groups, but I'm glad that we're in this together and we're doing it together because we can talk each other through that, right? We don't have to feel discouraged or anything like that. It's just like, it's a shitty batch of people.
So I just had someone message me, and she has a 21-day fix DVD, so like that's all she has. And she said, what's in your accountability group? I fall off the workout wagon and need some help to get back on track. I don't want to spend money, but I just need help. How do you,
I have one too.
Pardon?
Exact same thing. She doesn't want to spend any money. She wants to go off her DVDs, and it's like, well, there's nothing in it for me, really. That's the thing.
I don't know how to answer that.
I would probably take it back to like asking her if she's ever been a part of a group. Does she have a coach? Feel that out.
Well, she doesn't have a coach.
He doesn't have a coach?
No, because when I asked her, she said, no, I don't. Why do I need a coach? Why do I need a group? I already lost weight.
Oh, well then why does she need you?
I don't know. Well, she's reaching back out to me. I don't freaking know.
That's crazy. My gut instinct would be to tell her that like the new accountability groups are usually for people that are starting with brand new programs and using either Performance Line or Shakeology with it, and just say we do have a VIP group we could add you into and go for that. So I mean, Jess Hurst, you've probably seen her in the group or whatever. She's one of Angel's discount coaches, but she really just wanted a group that she could post in and stuff. So like nothing in it for me at all, but you know, she's sharing, she's inspiring other people. So I mean, that worked out. But yeah, there's always the VIP group that you can kind of resort back to with adding people to if you want to. So yeah.
Okay.
Feel her out, but she sounds a little saucy.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
A little bit. All right. Anything else, ladies? No? Okay. So day 1 for me is tomorrow with my focus of the week. Is everybody else kicking it up for day 1? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So tomorrow I'll bring up the thing. The daily challenge, let me see here, is tomorrow's Wednesday, is a lifestyle post with a value. Okay? So I will do a post about that for the end of the day, and then we'll all just comment that we got our focus of the week done and our post done, and we'll be golden. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks for showing up tonight, ladies. I'm excited to do this.
Me too.
All right. We'll chat to you later.
Bye.
Yeah.